You're listening to the Arcane Focus Network. Hey Star Raiders, just a quick message from me, your GM Tom. I just want to say thanks to a couple of people. First to Bernie Durney on iTunes, who left us a review on the Australian store. And second to Valkyrie Guy, or at Psychopomp70 on Twitter, who gave us a shout out. Again, we really appreciate the support and you guys taking a few minutes to spread the word. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this week's episode. Previously on Star Raiders.
Hey, we should probably talk about that weird vision that we saw. Billions of other people that are going to suffer the same fate as what happened on this planet.
Destiny has given this to us. We need to find a way to make this vision not take out the world.
We gotta go track down Ferrari or Calderon himself, and we gotta make him pay.
You know, if we're gonna go up against a mining oligarch, we need to get the word out. We need to do something.
So I imagine that we finish packing our stuff and we look at making a game plan and an exit.
The other week I completely forgot to go over this, but you all leveled up to level 4.
Oh baby!
Exciting stuff. But we do need to know what everyone has gotten, as is tradition, because at the end of the day we're playing a game and it actually really matters what abilities you guys all take. Level 4, maybe you got something, maybe you didn't get much, but we want to hear about it. Mark, you're up first.
Cool. So historically, Sawbones has focused on skills and special abilities that are very much in line with, being a doctor, being a healer, being a medic, or researching things, right? So they've all been very much in that family. But obviously, things have taken a turn since crashing onto this island. So I decided that my level 4, I didn't really get a lot for level 4, but I could take an extra theorem, an extra biohacker theorem, which is basically like a special ability for a biohacker. So I decided to choose a more combat-focused one, and so I chose Hampering Inhibitor, which basically means that when I use my biohack against an enemy successfully, the foe's speed decreases by 50% to a minimum of 5 feet. So it makes them half their speed, basically, as well as the normal inhibitor effect that I have chosen.
Dude.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's real tasty.
Yeah.
Making my life worse and worse and worse.
I figure with these extremely quick zombies, it might help.
You're not wrong, is what I'll say to that. All right, and Ben.
I learned some new spells. So
Ooh.
I now know Command Undead, because we're in a zombie-infested world. Makes sense.
Clutch.
And
Smart.
Hover disc, because I'm Tiny is still a young bro, apparently. I don't know. It seemed like a cool spell to zoom around and program a technologically connected magical disc.
Can these hover discs go over water?
Yes, they can. Unlike Party Mode
Only if you've got power.
I also relearned a spell. I now know. I changed the spell from incompetence to the spell Junk Sword, where I can turn a pile of junk, one bulk of junk, into a sword, and I can kind of crush it back into my hand to sheath it, like as a glove, or I can command a sword to come out. It does some cool damage with it.
Junk sword sounds like potentially very dangerous.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
in a non-PG kind of sense, if you know what I mean.
Well, I think I'd still make it look like my wrench either way. But
sure.
For those
that's what you call it.
For those who care about the math on it, it'll deal 1d8 plus 6 damage, which is quite cool.
Ooh,
that's impressive. Cool, man. So some cool stuff for you there. And Daniel.
Yeah, where Mark was making your life harder, let me make your life easier, because the only real thing that I got
please.
as an envoy was a new expertise skill, and now I can roll 1d6 on culture as well as sense motive and bluff. So really coming through for the team with an envoy on a zombie planet. Really a lot of diplomatic relations going on with all these fast-talking zombies that we've got to try and talk our way out of all these situations.
Right, but you multi-class, didn't you, Dan?
Yeah, and on the last level I went soldier, so I could pick up some extra movement and the ability to use essentially every weapon in the game.
Okay, so that was just like a one-level dip into soldier. You're not going to be following that path?
Well, I mean, maybe, like, a level 2 soldier doesn't really get you much either, so, like, I thought maybe getting extra buff on a culture roll was worth more than, like, the, basic numbers upgrade that you get for level 2 soldier.
Yeah, man, look, as an avid multiclasser myself, it's one of those things. Every other level sucks so bad for you, but it sucks twice because you have 2 in-between levels. So maybe a 3rd level envoy sucks, but a 4th level envoy is actually pretty good. And then same, 2nd level soldier sucks, but a 3rd level soldier is actually really good. So it's always that constant battle. You're having to play a level ahead, and you don't know what's going to be happening in the campaign at that time. So I empathize with your struggle there for sure.
It's real fun, especially when some of my previous choices have really not at all come into play, i.e. Spellbane or Watch Your Step. It's been a real fun time.
Well, you win some, you lose some. And, something that, I'll point out in saying that as well, if you have, say, taken an ability or a feat or something at level 1 or, whatever, and you're like, yeah, I'm definitely going to use this, and you haven't even used it once since we've ever played, feel free to come to me about it, and we can chat about it, and we'll figure out a way for you to be able to maybe retrain something. Not everything. Let's keep it realistic here, but I think I don't think there's any reason that you guys should be punished for assuming things might turn out one way and then having them turn out a different way. You know what I mean? So yeah, if there's something you've got that really sucks and you've never used it, hit me up. All right, and Mari.
So I've taken level 4 in mechanic. And for me, that hasn't given me any extra feats, but I did get to buff up my piloting again. So I'm now
Shock horror.
a plus 18 for that. I've taken some physical sciences and some culture just because I had no culture, and I feel like being on this planet for a while and going into all of the info sections has given me a bit more culture on this planet at least. So
I like that flavor there.
yeah, so
Nice.
that's where I've headed with those.
I mean, you are an uncultured swine. Sorry,
I
Mari,
was.
did you say plus 18?
I did say plus 18 for piloting.
Fucking what? Like, we will never be in a space battle again.
No, we have to. What about if I get a car or something? Like, if I drive anything. Plus, I've still got the unruly gloves, the driving gloves. They're pretty cool too.
All right. Well, let's get back into it.
All right, so we need to find a ship and get off.
How can we just get back to our car? I feel like we just need to get the fuck out of here. Like, unless there's anything else in particular that anyone wants to do, I feel like we should beeline
We're in a museum.
stealthily for our car.
Museum stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to check for magical artifacts that we could use
Or armor
against things, but
Like room by room sort of thing?
they're not going to have armor for me in a museum.
Yeah,
not useful armor. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything for me in that red bag.
They're not going to have magical artifacts either.
Let's not search for those fun things, and we'll just leave then, shall we? Jesus. God.
You guys start following the map, kind of hooking back around. I assume you don't want to go back through where the cocoon was.
No.
No, thanks.
So you guys hook your way back around to the stairs that you came up in. there's an area that you're going through. A tiny and Brandon to give me mysticism checks.
16.
That is a 24.
Whew.
24. As you're moving past these displays, you feel this almost surge of magical energy coming from your left. And as you look over, you can see behind this glass case is what I could only describe as a large clamshell that is maybe 20, 25, 30 centimeters wide, so about a foot wide, and it seems to have all of these colorful coral growths stemming off of it. There's, pinks, blues, greens, all these, beautiful hues on there. And that's what you're feeling, this energy radiating from.
Whoa, everyone. That clamshell's talking to me.
Tiny, have you eaten?
What do you mean talking to you?
Magically communicating,
Oh.
okay?
I was going to say,
okay.
I can't hear a thing.
Yeah, not literal. We should inspect this thing, because it's powerful in nature. Look at it.
Oh,
It's all
it's-
shiny and
It's
covered
pretty.
in stuff.
yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Detect magic.
Yeah, what kind of magic, what kind of communications you getting through here? See, now he's just got to figure out what this thing is that he's decided to throw in at the last minute. See, this is where the magic happens, Mark. This is where the DM tries to reward someone for having a cool idea that there's magical shit at the museum, right?
Yeah.
But it
I
takes
can feel it.
time. It takes time
He's
when it hasn't been
improving.
prepared.
He's
Exactly.
improving right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Look at him madly clicking the in roll 20 to create a map.
This is abjuration magic.
Abjuration magic.
I don't know what that means.
Magic that blocks, banishes,
keep
or
people out of, yeah.
protects.
Ooh.
Can I open the thing and grab it?
You can smash the glass if you want to, Tiny.
I do it.
You
Oh.
just punch it or hit it with your wrench. Oh, you just punch it, like
smash it
full
with my
fucking
claws.
punch it. Yeah, sick.
Claws.
All right.
With one claw.
No, with a claw,
Oh, you find the sweet spot?
No, with a claw, you like cut a
Yeah, the
circle
circle
out.
thing.
Yeah.
I like take it out.
Yeah.
Like an
But
old-timey
then,
cartoon.
because I don't want to negate the fact that I have to smash it, I take the circle that I take out and I just drop it and it's a smash.
Hey, I thought you were trying to be stealthy here. Come on.
Yeah, you smash it, and as you do, like, you feel the magic pulse even stronger.
Ooh, I grab it.
What would you like to do? You grab
Grab
it,
it.
you pick it up?
I attempt to open it.
Okay. As you do so, you put two hands, and I don't know, like, are you expecting it, like, to have some resistance or anything? Like, as you're opening it up?
How big is it?
It's about a foot long.
It's a foot long? Yeah, a little
Foot-long
resistance
clam.
is what I think. And if it's abjuration magic, I realize that, it's gonna take some effort. Yeah.
Yeah. You get your claws in there, and you
Unless I'm true of heart.
like you start pulling like with quite a bit of force, but you realize quite quickly it doesn't need that much force. As it kind of just
This is their
opens up.
version of the sword and the stone. This culture's. It's
cul-
like the
the-
clam.
and
The coral
Tiny
of the
is now
clam.
the king of
Clam-a-lot.
Yeah.
Clam-a-lot.
Tavern Minor King, and we'll end our podcast there.
Oh,
no.
No.
That's the end.
That's the end. So
No,
we did.
well,
I mean, it
we
was
did all die.
satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. Burzin gets down on one knee. He's like, "My liege."
Yeah.
As you open it up, these things scuttle out. There's about 5 or 6 of these things, and they scuttle out, and they start running all over your body, and like
no.
they're moving like so quickly, and
Whoa.
like they're moving around, and like
Hey, buy
maybe
me a
you're trying to
drink
grab
first,
them,
am
and
I right?
they keep on like moving around, and then you feel that like their little legs, they stop touching you, and these things start circling you and moving around you like an atom, and they just start orbiting your body like.
Guys, check this out.
Oh, this is cool.
As it kind of finds this, they take a second to find this balance with you. And as you're standing there, maybe looking down and all around you, these things are just circling around you. You look closer, and they seem to be these little crustaceans. Again, they're colored like in Australia we call them a Christmas beetle. It's this hard carapace that's like rainbow colors as you
like
look at it. It's like an
pearlescent.
oil slick in the sun.
Yeah.
It's like you can't describe the color of these things as they're just kind of floating around you and moving around.
I turn to Astra and I'm like, I hand her my data pad thing. I'm like, get a photo for the for the newsletter.
Okay, stick your hands out. Pull a face. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll keep that.
Let me see. No, do it again.
Okay.
Guys,
I
guys,
blinked.
guys, we're not here to sightsee. What are we doing? Come on, we gotta go.
And as you're looking down, with your last, with your mysticism, and now you're seeing this magical item functions as an Abylonian drone box.
Apollonian. Really?
This,
Very on the nose.
funnily enough, the actual item is purely technological and has nothing to do with sea creatures.
Ooh, yeah.
However-
Is it just a Bolognian thing?
How this item works, it is an 11th level magical item.
Oh,
Jesus.
no way.
When you speak a command word and open the lid of this box as a standard action, a collection of fist-sized microbots, or in this case, crustaceans, swarm out and circle you, granting you concealment against all attacks for 5
wow.
rounds
Shit.
before they collapse into one bulk of scrap. This function can be used once per day.
Wow.
That's epic.
There's
Awesome.
some additional things there that are very situational that, I'm sure you can look up yourself.
Cool.
But this is what you have found.
Awesome. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a choice now.
And-
It's chosen you.
Yeah, it's chosen me.
Yeah.
That's cool. Cool artifact.
Yeah. I will say that this, as you were kind of testing it, and you're maybe standing there and you're looking, Astra's taking this photo, and then they kind of just these things shrivel up and they just dump. They all drop to the ground, and this clam just closes back up
Nice.
as the
did they
spell
do?
ends.
Did I kill him with the camera?
No, I think
fuck.
I think they were meant to die.
They have
Born-
no. It only
they
goes
live
for
for a
a
little
certain
bit.
amount of time. Yeah,
You-
So
you-
If
5
anything,
rounds.
you've immortalized them.
30
with the camera.
seconds.
You
They'll
turn
live
turn
forever.
and you see the plaque next to the exhibit. You're like, oh, that's what it does.
No flash photography. Crap.
Yeah,
the scrap can be used as the target of any spell with the word junkbot in the name.
I
so
have
this
a
is
lot
very
of those spells,
techno-magical.
but- Yeah.
It's a very
Right.
techno-magical item as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like all of the underwater shit is just a flavor, but this functions exactly as the Abylonian drone box does.
Sick. So cool. Thank you. Excited.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to find a magical artifact in the museum, Ben.
Yeah, who'd have thought, right?
Dan, you've been
turn
going on
around.
about this for so long.
Who'd have thought?
I'm not at all disappointed or jealous. Ben.
You keep on moving through, and you get back to the stairwell. Everybody give me a stealth check, by the way. Do it.
Oh, natural one for a 6.
Oof.
What a pointless
16.
time to get a natural 20.
Yeah. 10 and 13 for Burzin and Brandon, respectively.
14, sorry, from me.
We just kick the door open.
Well, as you guys are moving, maybe you're not as quiet as you think you are, or perhaps you think some of these things are a little bit closer than you realize. And as you're moving, you can hear this in the stairwell, and you just fucking book it down the stairs, just going.
Run!
You get to the actual final door, you get through, boom, close the door, and it's just silence. Maybe you wait there for a second, and then suddenly you hear the boom as they bang against the door. Dum, 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 dum. You head back through the warehouse.
Can I turn to my friends really quick, and because I want to try something, if that's all right, because there are 2 of them in here, right?
Last time there was, yeah.
As far as you know, yes.
I turn to my friends and I say, if anything goes wrong, just run. I'll be okay.
Oh shit.
And I cast a token spell on the clam. No, on my wrench, because that's what I hold up in the air. And then I want to cast Ghost Sound to make a sound for them to come to me. And then I'm signaling for my friends to run, go.
I've already gone. Sawbones left before he even finished saying
Didn't wait.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I rolled a 26 on my stealth check.
23.
I rolled 2 13s for both of the bees.
Have any of them come to me?
Yeah. I mean, you're hearing these things. You're hearing them coming closer and closer and closer to you. Are you just standing there?
I'm going to try and climb a little bit up just so I have a little bit of purchase, so I have a better view of them. Tell me when I see them.
They're getting close. You can see them now. They're getting really close. They're going to be on you in seconds.
I can see them.
What are you doing?
I cast Command Undead twice on both of them.
What?
Here we go. All right. Tell me about Command Undead, Ben.
Command Undead. So I'm assuming they're unintelligent. If they're intelligent, they have a saving throw. As an unintelligent undead creature gets no saving throw against this spell. When I control a mindless being, you can communicate only basic commands such as come here, go there, fight, stand still, and so on. Unintelligent undead won't resist suicidal or obviously harmful orders, so they are my servants. This is on the darker version of technomancing the stone.
The adults only edition.
Any act from my friends that will hurt them will negate the spell, and it'll last for 1 day per caster level. So it's going to last 4 days controlling these things. And I've cast it twice. So one on one, one on the other. And I can cast it if I'd like on the next day and extend it, or 4 days later or something.
This is a recipe for slavery, Ben. That's what this is.
Well, they're mindless undead and they're gonna kill us, so might as well put it to work for us. You know what I mean? So I want to name one of them Sebastian, and the other one Shelford, and that's what we're gonna do.
This is where this is going.
Big like.
But there's when are you gonna take the Command Undead spell? Probably the time when
you're on a planet full of zombies.
Okay. You command undead.
And then I call back to everybody. I say, "It's all right. They're friendly now." And we walk forward, me with my buds, and I say, "Follow."
They follow.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
Burzin had run ahead 60 feet and then turned and was posted up behind a crate, ready to shoot something if it went down. But he is dumbfounded at this point. He's just looking at you.
I show up with wrench with light on it, illuminating these following zombie crab undead. So I'm just they're friendly. I've made friends.
Fucking Michonne over here.
Yes, I said
Walking
that.
Dead.
I said that to Daniel, and then at one point I was like, yeah, Michonne. I want to turn to them everyone meet Sebastian and Shelford. They're our friends for the next 4 days, maybe longer. We'll see. Might work out. Yep, rar to you.
Hi.
They're not going to
Shake hands.
They're not going to fit in the car. I'm not touching. I'm
They
not
can walk
touching
behind.
those. I'm not touching
Well, you
those
just put them
things.
on the roof. They're okay.
Yeah, they'll
we'll
stay.
strap them on. Yeah.
they'll stay. And that's why I wanted to know if they would lead other undead. If we want, we can send them off to do stuff. You know,
Yeah, cool.
like clear the way.
Whoa, you can't sacrifice your minions. Maybe you can.
You could get more another day.
You named them. You can't take out Sebastian.
It's gonna be like a Snowball 2 situation.
Oh no.
Hey, maybe you can find some that like work in a profession that has name tags. Retail, mechanics, other.
They're already dead anyway.
Customer service. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking as someone who's done those jobs.
As you guys make it back into the loading bay, these zombies trailing behind. Asher, as you're approaching your car, a very familiar smell hits your nose. And as you're walking closer to the car, you hear a little splish, splash, splish, splash. And you look down and you see fuel.
Oh.
And it seems to be coming from your vehicle.
What the fuck?
Okay. Can I go and inspect where and like how much of it?
Maybe jump underneath the car. As you look where the fuel tank is, you can see very clearly 2 bullet holes that have gone clearly through the fuel tank as you guys took fire earlier on in the streets.
It was
Well,
from
hell.
the owner of the gun store tracked us down and shut up our car.
Yeah, and then left again.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot you.
I'll teach those assholes for trying to get into my store.
And as you maybe have a look at it, inspect it, the fuel tank is empty.
Oh shit!
I am patching. Bullet holes.
Okay, sure. Give me engineering to patch it up.
Alright. That is a 19 plus 9. That's a 28.
Burzen can help with this.
Yay!
Yeah, he aids. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
better.
30.
he's just like passing you wrenches and things. Tools.
Thanks for the wrench. For fixing a hole.
Hey, he's
What I'm
helping,
gonna do
alright?
the wrench. He is helping. He could hold the light. How's that?
Sure.
You patch up the holes. And
Yay!
Looks great.
Hey,
Looks
we
like $1
did
million
it.
bucks.
No one can even tell there
job.
were holes, yeah?
You and me, kid.
The real... Thanks for the help, Cap. Is there any chance that we've got other vehicles in the area that we're in? Like, I think we're in a car park or...
You're in a loading bay, yes, and there are currently 2 trucks in the loading
Are they
bay.
like... Are they diesel and we're petrol? Like, is that the kind of situation we got? Or do they have consistent fuel across all vehicles in Starfinder?
Yeah, universal fuel.
That's what I'm
You
hoping
can
for.
go and inspect them.
Okay, I'd like to do that, please.
Great, cool. Give me either... you can give me profession, you can give me engineering.
Okay. It's going to have to be engineering. 13 plus 9. That's 22.
Yeah, these vehicles and the fuel they use are incompatible with your shitty old car that you have.
Damn it. Can I just want to like pat down and see, you know, all the logical places people in the ignition where they leave the keys? I'd like to like search for keys, please.
Yeah, sure. You check it out and, lift down the visor and whooting, a little key card falls into your lap.
Yes. All right, I'm going to give it a go, please. Let's see. Can I get this truck started?
Yep. As you do, you have a look at this key card and you notice it's for the delivery company. It's not actually the museum, an external company, not a part of, this. And you put it in, hit the start button, and then on the screen just flashes a battery red with a line through it.
Okay. Batteries are
These
okay.
seem to be some kind of electric vehicles, and they're not. They're completely out of juice.
Okay. Looking around the warehouse, is there like one of those Tesla points that I can like just plug it into?
Sure, you guys take some time to have a look. We can hand wave this. Don't need to roll perception checks or anything like that. But it appears no. there's not.
Okay, is there a way that I can transfer charge to the battery?
I'm guessing our batteries aren't going to fit into one of these things.
Yeah, you're talking like you guys, your pistols and stuff. It's like a AA battery pack versus, something that runs.
But I remember
for us,
a
something that
car
runs
battery.
like a Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was a Technomancer, I used to have a spell that I could transfer charges from one battery source to another, or one power source to another. Did you take that, Tiny?
I don't.
Nope. Damn. I don't have that.
We're very ill-equipped for the situation we're in.
Oh wait. What?
I think we're walking, guys.
How much do we all weigh?
That's a very personal question. I'm a featherlight, so I'm like 100.
Tiny, you
100
never ask a
pounds.
woman her weight or her age. What's wrong with you?
I just want to know because I have a sick-ass magical hoverboard that's programmable, baby.
Yes, let's
Where'd
do
you get a
it.
hoverboard from?
It's a spell.
Ah,
Let's do it.
How
I
big
want to
can you
hover.
Floating
make it?
disc, I believe. Right?
Yeah, it's hover disc.
This is cool.
But you can make it like 15 feet wide.
Not 15. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. That's why I want to figure this out.
We all take up a 5-foot space, so that's at least what?
Yeah. What does the spell say? So like, what's the size
let
of
me
the disc
see.
that's
It'd have to be
created?
15 feet wide at least, like in.
You stand on each other's shoulders.
3-foot diameter.
Yeah, I don't think we're fitting on that bad
Yeah.
boy. Maybe one of us
No,
can ride on it at a
but-
time.
But something sufficiently flat that we place on top of it, and then we get more space.
Something flat enough and wide enough to balance on a 3-foot diameter disc to then ride around on.
I don't know about you, but I fit 5 people in like at least a 5-foot square. That's not that difficult. Like if we're all standing.
Just cuddle.
We're all friends. We don't mind getting cozy. I'll go on Tiny's shoulders.
Real life, yes. However, by the rules of the game, you cannot occupy the same space as
Yeah.
another creature.
Like, that's what I'm saying. We all occupy a 5-foot space. So there's at least 5 of us that need to be on this thing, plus Bantam. We're talking at least, like, it's like 15 feet we would need this thing to be able to support.
Yeah. It's a cool idea,
Okay.
but unfortunately, mechanically, I don't think so.
All right. Well, I think we walk, don't we? Like,
Yeah, we're walking, guys. Yeah. Like, I love the, like, trying to find different ways of doing this, but it seems specifically like we've got no juice to be able to make any of these machines go. So we've either got to go find some, or we're walking out of here.
I have another idea. If I wake up tomorrow, I could make 4 hover discs.
Oh.
I mean, I'll get outvoted, but I just think we should be moving today rather than hanging around at a museum for another day and then going.
Mari would vote to.
Like,
Mari
it's a
would
fun-
vote
it's
to
a
do
fun
it as well.
idea.
I know she would.
It's a fun idea, but I just
I
feel
do
like
like the idea.
time is of
But
the
yeah,
essence.
I'm
But we
kind
can't.
of
I
with-
mean, like it's dangerous to go that way, anyways, right?
Like, it's dangerous regardless. We're on a fucking zombie planet.
Yeah, it's not going to
sure.
Like, they move 6 squares every 6 seconds, right?
Yes, they have a flying speed of 60
Or like
feet.
30 feet. Or 60 feet. So they're
Yeah,
pretty
60
fast.
feet. Sorry, 10 squares. 10 squares every 6 seconds. 60 feet. Yeah.
be. That's twice as fast as I am.
Yeah. They're pretty fast, but we're losing a day to move to get there faster when we could just try to get there now, or at least move forward and then reassess from that point.
I'm cool with whatever you all want to
Well,
choose.
why don't we meet in the middle, and why don't we start walking and see how the terrain is and how dangerous it is, and if we find way too hectic, then I say we find refuge in a suitable location and wait out the hoverboard option.
I would like to go.
Okay. So you're going.
We're going by foot like chumps.
All right. So you're going to the loading bay door?
Brandon walks up to it to listen to see if he can hear any zombies out in the loading dock
Give me a
driveway.
perception check.
28.
That's just ridiculous.
He can hear zombies outside. Maybe not directly outside the door, but he can hear them.
He wants to just like... So is there because we came in through a big...
Roller door.
Like, roller door situation. Is there like a little side access door that he could poke his head out of, or is it just the big roller door?
Just the big roller door. I rolled my chance cube and just the big
You and your chance cube.
What are this chance cube?
Like he got a 28, so he can only just sort of hear some shuffling around and groaning of...
Yeah, he's listening through a thick metal door, and that's what he can perceive. He can't perceive the distance, but he can hear some. You know, like everybody's quiet. He's like, shh, really listening.
I was literally just thinking a garage roller door sort of situation.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But player me really just wants to go and open this fucking door.
Okay.
Like, there's no... We know there's zombies on the inside of this place. We know there's zombies on the outside of this place. We could go through the museum, come out onto the far side of onto the street, and run into a pack of zombies.
I have an idea. So we've got these like cargo truck things, right? And we have 2 zombie what's-its. Why don't we all just go and like hide in the back of a
names.
trucky thing, and Shellington and Squidman can go and open up the door. I forgot their names. Sebastian and Shelford, sorry. And
Okay.
and
I
then if
agree,
there's a
and I
bad
can
thing,
cast Ghost Sound to make the zombie horde go the other way as well.
yeah, let's just go.
Beautiful.
Let's do that.
So yeah, let's do Murray's plan. Let's hide in the truck. Let's get in the tunk.
Okay, so I'm going to put Bantam on the top so he can be our camera out and we can see. I don't know what do you see, Tiny, from your minions? Do they do what you want, or do you see like
You can give them basic instructions like come here, go there, stop,
open this?
attack. No, that's
Yeah, you can tell him to press a button.
That's like but to open it, you would need to enable the device, which is what you guys did. You disabled device engineering to shut the door originally, so it would require an engineering check to actually
Alright.
open the door.
How about this?
I'll open it, and then I'll get back into the car. I'll be surrounded by my friends. Y'all can stay in the car. Keep the door ready for me. I'll hop in. I'm okay. It'll be okay.
Cool.
All right, that works.
Do it.
Let's open the door.
I'm going to tell Sebastian and Shelford to come here, stand by the door. Do they do it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So come,
Okay.
stay.
Make yourselves big, wide, stand still. Do not move. Just want like a wall.
Like between
Hold
you
this.
and the door as
Yeah, I
well.
want them at the front of the door. So if
Sure,
things
so
try to
they could
push
act
past
as,
them,
like-
they'll hold their ground.
Fodder.
Oh, sure. I mean, you can tell them to hold their ground,
Yeah,
whether or
hold
not they'll
your
be
ground.
able to, yeah.
All right.
Great. And everybody else is in the back of this truck?
Yep.
Yeah, everyone else is up in the truck. Yep. Door open. Weapons at the ready.
Bantam on the roof.
I want to do the check knowing that I'm going to throw a ghost sound. I can do a ghost sound 35 feet away, and I want to make it sound like something's running the opposite direction.
Okay. Yep. So, I mean, if you're casting this, like, away, you'll need to be able to see. So, I mean, it's like, but it's within the realm of possibility. You could, like, quickly duck your head under ghost sound and then run sort of thing.
Sure.
Okay, so give me... First things first, give me an engineering check. Because this is
All right.
the main part of this. Natural 1. No, door shut forever.
All right, so that's a 20.
Yep. So you beep, 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 beep. And then the door starts rolling up. You cast your ghost sound
Yeah.
and you run.
Into the car just to be safe. Yeah.
Okay.
What does
So
Bantam see?
You guys shut the door. Give me...
Is there anything in the truck that we're in?
Dead bodies.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, it's cleaning supplies. All right, I
Okay, just give me a second while I just roll some dice, and I'll get back to you on what Bantam says.
Bleep blop.
All right, so what does Bantam see? He's looking, like, is he just looking straight ahead, or...?
Yeah. He's surveying the whole area so that we get a lay of the land.
Okay, so let's describe the room first. On the west side of the map, there's a raised section where trucks can reverse in to load and unload their stuff. There's a total of 3 of these bays, one of which contains your damaged car, and the other 2 has these small trucks in it. And you're in the back of the northernmost truck, which is also Bay 3. Above that, at the very north of the map, is a small room that has the logistics office and computer in it that you originally accessed. The south side has a ramp to ground level and the door that leads into the museum warehouse. The ground level's where the trucks would be able to move around and turn if needed. And this is actually quite a large space. It's about 80 feet wide by about 60 feet deep. On the eastern side of the map is this loading bay door, which stands open, and beyond that is the ramp that leads up and out back onto the street. So as this door opens up, there is just this rush of zombies that all swarm inside. And you've got Sebastian and Steve. Shelford. And you told them to hold their ground, right? So they are, and some of the zombies are pushing past them, some are going around them, a couple bump into them and turn around again, maybe head back up the ramp. You also notice that as Tiny made the ghost sound, some maybe turned to follow that, but the door was actually making consistent sound as well as it, ground and creaked open, and some of them turned around again and came back down the ramp. Scanning around the whole room, you can see a total of 11 individual zombies and 2 larger groups milling about. These larger groups, they're not like individual enemies, but mechanically, there's something that we know as swarms. So,
you say swarm.
Some of them are moving around in circles. Some are standing around there doing the, like the zombie sway.
What's a swarm?
Like you say swarm.
Kind of moving back and
I want to know how many are in the swarm too, Dan.
Exactly. Yeah. How many are in a fucking swarm?
Like, how do you classify a swarm?
So how big is a swarm, roughly?
Well, what I can tell you about them is that there's rules that govern how they work. Obviously I can't tell you everything.
Oh, it's like a real mechanic
I
thing.
can say that they are, they're gargantuan in size. So that means they're 4x4 squares on a battle map. And they can be harmed and killed just like regular enemies can. It's kind of just a way to represent a bunch of zombies that are together, so you don't have to make, like a million attack rolls and all that sort of thing.
I mean, like, I rolled a 28 with Brandon for his fucking perception. Surely he would be able to discern the difference between a couple of zombies shuffling around outside
and a horde,
and like a massive horde of zombies.
Yeah, look, man, I hear what you're saying, but what I'll say to that is, like, a number to a player isn't always the same when it hits the other side of the screen, Like, perceiving things through different objects carries modifiers and penalties, depending on the distance, how many things there are, how much noise they're making, object thickness, there's a lot that goes on there.
I'm gonna Ghost Whisper to Shelford, help, but don't leave the garage.
Where you are in the truck versus where they are, what's the range on your ghost sound?
It's 35 feet. I think I just checked.
Yeah, it wouldn't reach them.
It won't reach them.
Nope.
Okay.
Cool. So now we're trapped in a van.
Yeah, but I've got Bantam on the outside. He can go and make noise. We'll be okay. I'll, get him to shoot some zombies or something.
Like, how big is the screen that Astra's got? Is it like just a little readout thing on her wrist, or is it like a hollow screen? It's like a hollow screen that pops out of her wrist. She's like, oh, I can see everything.
It's like a Pip-Boy, so like a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
like a phone screen, essentially. Maybe a bit smaller.
And we're all like huddled around it, having a look. Like, if we were to look at these zombies, do they look like some of the zombies we've fought before, as far as like the more desiccated old ones, or like the ones that we fought outside the ammo store, or the ones we fought in the mining camp?
Sure, yeah. I mean, you're all there, so everybody can make a perception check as you guys are looking at this.
Right.
And as you guys have experience with these before, and obviously you're quiet, taking time and studying them, everybody gives yourselves a +1 as well.
Oh, so generous.
Daniel +0.
Doesn't matter because I rolled really well anyway. So
I got a 15.
21.
that's a 19 for Burzin and a 27 for Brandon.
I rolled a 2, so I got 11.
Ain't no paladin skill, is it?
Fuck! It's not very good, is it? These rolls aren't
You
great.
got a +9 to
No,
perception?
a +8, plus he gave me a +1. So there was a +9.
Oh, okay.
All right, so with everybody looking at these and maybe hushed whispers talking and pointing things out, it's like, oh, they look like this. No. It's these ones. Like, look at this. Look at the way they're moving, this and that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and especially Tiny and Brandon, they're coming in with the hot rolls. It looks like the majority of these, like the vast majority, like 99% of these look like the weaker ones that you guys have encountered. They seem to be kind of shambling around, and maybe they look a little bit weaker just the way that they're moving. They don't necessarily look like the tougher, stronger ones. Brandon notices one of the ones off to the side, the one who is at the top of the ramp. Like, maybe the camera's panning around. He's like, whoa, stop. Enhance.
Enhance.
As Bantam zooms in on this other one, you guys can see it actually does look a little bit different from any of the other ones you had seen before.
Ooh. Is it like a different color or something, or
It's a
it's a little
capaxi,
flashier?
but the way that this one is moving is a little bit faster and a little bit more erratic.
Yeah.
And it seems to be like snapping its head around and reacting to every little sound that or sight. You don't know how these things perceive.
All right, so we're fighting, right? Are we
No.
either fighting or we're stealthing?
Like-
No.
We're fighting or we're stealthing?
I feel like the only way out of this situation,
Is to
unless
wait?
there's some kind of wait for what?
For the
That
hoverboard.
we know that they just mill around.
Yeah, but I've got Bantam to distract.
Do the zombies look like if you waited they would go away, or like do they seem transient and like I don't know. I'm not getting a transient
No, but-
vibe. I'm getting a vibe that
Yeah.
they found something interesting and now they're just standing there like
Yeah, they just mill around. Like it's
Yeah.
like when we came up to the museum, there was just this massive horde of them hanging out at the front of
Yeah.
the museum.
yeah.
I'm
So
just
they're
wondering.
either attracted to other zombies, or like
Sound.
they saw people go into the museum or something.
Yeah, so
just hang
broadly
out.
speaking, we've got like waiting, fighting, stealthing, and kind of just raw making a break for it. But I think the zombies are all
No, but
quicker.
we've
They're quicker than
got
us, right?
Bantam on the outside. We could literally use him to make a shit ton of noise to attract them away, like what we did in the warehouse to begin
Yeah, I
with.
don't feel like we could probably run away from them. We're probably actually faster than them. I think the question would be like, because there's like endurance or fatigue mechanics in Starfinder, yeah? So like if you're running over a long distance or a long period of time, we probably have to start rolling like fortitude checks or something to keep up or to keep pace or something.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running for a long time, that's something that would certainly come into play. If you're talking about, hey, let's run a marathon to get away from these guys or something. But, it's, like you might be able to find somewhere to duck in before that. But then again, you might not. So, I mean, yes, that is a thing.
And they're sprinting zombies as well. They're not like shambling fucking Night of the Living Dead type zombies.
Well, it's like I said, it's a bit of a mix. So like I said, most of the ones that you guys saw and you use your perception to understand is these ones in here. They seem to be the shambling
Shamblers.
ones.
Okay. I mean, we can take
But,
shamblers.
Again, outside of this, like you don't know like what's outside, like et cetera, yada yada yada. So
Like my whole rationale for opening the door was to get things going and get the fuck out of this place, right? Mm-hmm. I'm still of that opinion. God, I want to get out of the museum. There's nothing else for us here. Like now we've just got to get out.
Yeah.
But knowing that it was my choice that got us into this situation, I'm happy for someone else to make the choice that puts us in an even worse situation. So I open it up to the group.
I too want to run. I too reckon we should just fucking bail. I'm just trying to work out whether it's do the distraction and then run for it, or whether there's a stealthy kind of exit we can make.
I don't know. I don't feel like we're going to be able to stealth our way, or like we're not getting out of here without a fight.
Yeah.
Is my feeling.
So what do you think we do?
Again, we either send Bantam out there to distract as many of them as it can, and we fight our way out up the ramp.
Yeah.
Or we do the same thing and fight and like go back through the museum and come out another way.
Well, I don't want to go back through the museum.
So how far are we? Why?
Yeah, same. I feel like there's either more crazy shit in the museum, or we'll come out into another area like on the other side of the museum with potentially even more zombies. Like we got to get out, find somewhere to go to ground and hide until we can figure out another way past the bigger group of zombies.
All right. Any objections to doing that?
I'm sorry for putting us in this situation with my foolhardy choices.
It's all right.
Are you saying as
It's all right.
Burzin or as Daniel?
Well, that both.
To Tiny? I just want to know if you're saying it to Tiny.
I'm saying it as Daniel to the group. Burzin is just like shaking his head, feeling like a jerk at the moment.
Fair.
He may apologize at a later
I'm
date.
just saying, Tiny would.
Well, right now, we've just got to get out of this situation. So there's time for apologies from Burzin when we get to some kind of relative safety.
as all of this is happening, you guys are maybe discussing what to do in hushed tones, throwing out some different ideas, discussing the positives and negatives. Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon is... you can almost feel like a warmth from his amulet that he's wearing.
Ooh.
It's something telling him to just focus and concentrate. Maybe just to tune everything else out and listen for a moment.
He just whispers to himself, "I'm listening."
We all look at him really strange.
Go.
He
No, you're
whispered
all
it to
talking.
himself, yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
Get out of here with your metagaming. We gotta look up the rules for a swarm. Hey, Mari.
Not.
As he does so, maybe he closes his eyes and listens. It's not like someone is speaking to him, but it's almost like a feeling, an understanding, if you will. He can actually use his powers that he has been using to help and to heal. He can actually use those to harm. No, we're not talking about a mind thrust here. We're talking en masse. Instead of healing with his channels, harm undead
Oh, shit.
as like a burst.
Deal damage equal to the amount you heal to all undead foes in the area. Fuck, he does 4d8 in a healing channel.
Oof.
Yeah. So essentially, if you use your divine powers in this game, and
Yeah,
you
you
use
love
them
a cleric,
against
don't
the
you, man?
undead, I do. I'm a cleric. I'm a cleric, man. You can use that to inflict equal damage against unholy things, against undead things. And this is almost like Desna reaching out to remind Brandon that this is something that he could actually use his powers for.
Yeah, I gotta
Should
pay
the need
attention
arise.
to I gotta pay attention to Brandon's character sheet more.
That's right. Mr. Two character here. Yeah. So yeah, like Harm Undead, it works as like a burst, and like it's a burst out from that, and it can like do
You need to half
huge amounts of
screen
damage
it.
to multiple and groups of enemies as well.
So yeah, he gets near a bunch of them and just starts fucking blasting Harm Undead.
All right. So, can we, proposal, get, Bantam can make big noise, I assume, in some way, fire a gun, scream with electronic.
You can be loud. Yeah.
The robot screams like a man.
Cool. So you're going to go and put it somewhere, like, in the opposite direction of where we want to run and set that off.
That was.
We're all going to, like, run for it as best we can, get as far as we can before they see us, and then I assume... at that point, we either fight or we keep running. Like, does anyone have a strong opinion about whether we fight or keep running? Should we try to run as far as we can to see how far away we can get?
So, like, we can at least take out some of them. Get Bantam to chase to help, like, have them chase him away.
Cool.
And take out the ones that we've got.
All right.
Okay, so.
Well, can you get Bantam somewhere strategically suitable?
Yeah. Okay. So, looking at the map, to the east of us, like. Pretty well directly east, south 3 or 4 cubes, and directly east is the ramp. Is that what you're seeing?
No, we
Squares,
can't see
cubes,
it.
squares.
We can't see anything.
No,
You guys
I'm asking
should be
Tom.
able to see the layout, like the general layout. Can you not?
No, I can.
No, we're
I
only
can
looking
only
at
see
ourselves in
you.
the van.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, no, I mean, not fun for you, but I mean, that's fun. Okay, so what I will do...
So fun. Hee hee.
All right, so you guys can see everything. So what I'll do is I will remove the dynamic lighting around the van, so you guys will actually have a view.
Very good.
Because you can all see on the view screen. Okay, so.
Oh, that's better.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking horde. Yep.
Okay. I reckon I'm actually going to, as we exit, and I think maybe Brandon should do this as well. Well, what I'm going to do is swing out onto the top of the van and take up like a tactical
Sniper
sort of
spot.
snipe type position, and then I'll try to cover as many of you as I can as we go, and I'll try to slow them down if I'll try to hit the close ones with my slowing thing.
I love it.
Does that mean I'm using Bantam just to pot shot bad guys from the roof, or am I using him as a deterrent? Like,
no,
run
I just
away?
don't think there's a way we're going to get out of here. Like, it's a lot closer, and there's less room to run than what I realised when I was in my head. So I think we're just going to have to shoot the shit out of them all. Yeah.
I feel like we're definitely fighting our way out of this place.
Well, can I move Bantam over to the next truck south of us and have him sit up there and just pot shot a few before we start
Well, yeah,
fighting?
at least
Sure you can.
like have them distracted at that truck so we can get out of this truck. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, Bantam's going to stealthily move from one truck south to the next truck to sit on top and pot shot, please.
Okay. So.
All right, do I need a stealthy?
Well.
Little stealthy stealth?
So Bantam is up on the roof and is climbing down.
He is.
So, first things first, Bantam... Each movement Bantam makes will need to make a stealth check for. What's Bantam's movement
He only
speed?
wants to be stealthy off of the van. Once he's off the van, he'll make as much noise as he can, yeah? So he just wants to jump or, like, get off reasonably quietly. Does that make sense?
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check as you climb down this van at half speed. But I also
speed, okay,
need
so it's 30 feet.
acrobatics check in order to climb down.
Okay, so acrobatics we'll do first. Okay, so that's a 5. It's not very acrobatic. Do you want the stealth?
He falls on his face.
18 plus. So he got a 19 for stealth, but his acrobatics wasn't great.
He falls on his face super quietly.
Quietly.
Okay, so I can imagine Bantam would have gotten to about that square there, just down, and with a 5. I'm sorry, climbing off the roof of a truck, unfortunately, that is a fail. Bantam
So
clatters to the ground. Kong, kong, kong,
Even
kong,
though
kong.
oh, well, can he make the most of that and just like keep making a shit ton of noise towards the other truck?
I think at this point we're probably rolling initiative.
He's just stomping, man. He's just
So,
as
as Bantam falls off of this truck, and as you're climbing, you only get half your movement speed, and this is a truck. The maximum you would have been able to get in one move is down to the ground anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to have to roll for initiative there as...
All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
As many of these zombies turn their heads to see Bantam. Everybody roll for initiative, please.
I regret nothing.
I think you've just created excitement, Dan. That's
Thanks,
that's
man.
what I think.
I appreciate that. I'm not against combat. This seems a bit fucking daunting, but
This will be one of the bigger sort of situations we've had to deal with.
You know, Tom wouldn't throw something that we weren't actually able to handle at us, right? The universe only gives you things you can handle. That's that saying.
That's funny. Star Raiders is an Arcane Focus Network production. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. You'd be amazed how much it helps us spread the word. Looking for more adventure? Head to arcanefocusnetwork.com.